In today's video, we're going to be talking about first aid and why you should be carrying something with you all the time, everywhere you go for EDC. Stick around, it's going to be a good video. So part of being prepared is having the things that you need with you everywhere you go. And you know, as a guy, I've been conditioned to always carry my wallet, usually a bandana or a hanky of some sort, a pocket knife, and I've recently started carrying first aid with me wherever I go, and that's either in my BDU pocket, the back pocket of my jeans, or in the EDC bag that I'm carrying at that time. Now, of course, always the big issue with EDC and everything that you carry is it gets very cumbersome. How much do I bring? How much do I need? Well, today I want to show you a very bare bones, lightweight, nice small package for an EDC first aid kit. And this is what we're going to be looking at today. This is from Rhino Rescue. This is their EDC first aid pouch. It has just the basics that's going to get you by and help you treat some minor wounds. Now, of course, with a kit of this size, it is just minor wounds. We are not talking about major bleeds. We're not talking about trauma. We are talking about cuts, abrasions, things of that nature. And those are important too, because when you're getting cuts and abrasions on your hands, if you work with your hands a lot, that is an entry point for bacteria and other nasty stuff. So getting that treated is essential. And if you travel with kids and you have kids in your care, then you need to have something, because of course little ones are always scraping their hands up and knees and stuff like that. So having some of this stuff is really important. And I think I found a really nice little kit that doesn't break the bank, is very lightweight, and fits in a lot of different scenarios. So let's take a look at it a little bit closer and see what you guys think. All right, here it is, the Rhino Rescue EDC First Aid Kit. Very small package, as you can tell. Weighs next to nothing. What's really nice about this particular pouch that the kit comes in is that it is a very nice water resistant pouch, because it's, of course, you can see that zipper there. It's got that kind of sealed zipper that's not going to allow moisture in, and it's a very nice lightweight nylon pack cloth type of material. And then it has this reflective strip on it, so that's going to make it a little bit easier to see and find in your pockets or in your packs. So here are all the contents. First thing we have is a space blanket. 160 by 210 centimeters. Provide emergency protection in all weather conditions. Reflect 90% of body heat. So, you know, when people become chilled, a space blanket does have its benefits, and it helps keep people warm. It helps retain some of that body heat. If you've gotten wet and cold outside, these things are awesome to have. So there's no reason not to carry one and have one available to you. Next item we have are these swabs with some iodine. Here are some benzo chloride wipes, once again for cleaning out wounds. Pretty handy little item to have. Antiseptic swabs, basically. Very similar to this. And then we have some additional swabs that don't have any kind of medication on them. Then we have a packet of what they're calling wound plasters, which, you know, for the US market, we call them Band-Aids. That's our generic term for them, but I know overseas they use that word, that term, wound plasters, quite a bit. And once again, it's in a nice sealed, waterproof bag that you can open once you need it. But the cool thing is it does have a Ziploc closure, so even after you open this, it's still going to keep everything nice and dry, and I think that's important. So this is kind of a rundown of what's in the bag. So we have a couple of those. We have what I like to call the knuckle style Band-Aid or bandage. Standard size ones there, and then a nice large one there for a nice larger cut or abrasion. We got a couple of those. And then the final piece in this kit is a moleskin type material. That these have been kind of pre-cut to different shapes to apply to areas that you have a blister on. So those can become very handy for cushioning if you get blisters easily while hiking. That is really all that is in this kit. Is very minimal in the amount of items that you get. I think if you wanted to, you would be able to add a couple extra things that maybe would suit you better. I could see getting rid of these and maybe substituting Tylenol or aspirin or something like that. I would also probably add maybe some kind of hand sanitizer, and then probably a gauze pad or two and some tape. That way you could, if you have a larger cut, you could actually treat it. Now I wanted to show you what one of these Band-Aids looks like, because I think that's important, if understanding what kind of Band-Aid you're going to be getting, because some are better than others, that is for sure. I've had some really good ones, and I've had some really bad ones in the past. So this has a plastic kind of feel to it. It is not a cloth style Band-Aid. And if I was to use that like there, seems to stick pretty well. Time will only tell. Of course, another way to save space is to remove the blanket from this pouch and put the blanket in a separate part of your bag, and then add more supplies to this. And that would give you a lot more room. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Pretty nice little kit. You should always have some kind of first aid with you. I can't emphasize that enough. If you're going to be prepared, don't slack on the first aid items. Take something with you. Something is better than nothing. Of course, you could improvise things, but for the money, why not pick up something like this? Throw it in your BDU pocket, throw it in your bag, and head out with the family and not worry about it. Nice little kit. I want to thank Rhino Rescue for sending this to me so I could check it out. Be on the lookout for some more first aid kit videos. I plan on doing a lot more. Lots of good stuff out there these days, so shop around. There will be links in the description down below. Check those out and see what you think. And as always, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about all this. And if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on The Prepared Wanderer.